Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and it's time for the third part of my top 43 countdown for Eurovision 2018. And I hope people are still excited to hear this because I've had so much positive response. So much positivity in response to the first two parts so far. Slightly less so to the second part. There was some more salt in that, but yeah, I'll survive. Anyway, as always, I would like to remind you that you can put your own personal top 43s in the comments below, and I will include any submissions that I get into a mega top 43 at the end of this month, start of next month kind of time, just to see what the overall Tess Hex fandom Eurovision favourites for this year are. And when I ask for your top 43, I do mean top 43. Please do include your own country. Please do include anything else that you might think is an exception. You know, you don't have to put the big five into your top 26 or whatever, because I've had people worry about that in previous years. This isn't a prediction. This is all about how you feel, what is your personal rankings. And in this case, this video is all about me and my personal rankings and my personal opinions and all of that. And on that note, expect opinions ahead because it's a contest. We all have different opinions. That is what makes it special and enjoyable, and I'm getting so flustered because, yeah, everyone has different opinions, and that's why Eurovision is dope! Did I just use the word dope unironically? Well then. In this leg of the countdown, we'll be going from 21st place down to 11th place, because 11 divides nicely across 4 weeks, except there's one left over, so we have the final week being my top 10, so the final 11 before the top 10, so the upper mid-table. We begin with 21st place, and the honour of that goes to Croatia and Crazy, Franka Batalic. To an extent, I'm surprised this is so high in my personal ratings, but to another extent, I'm surprised it's so low. Weirdly, it's a song that I don't come back to all that often, even though when I do, I absolutely love it, whether it's the instrumental or, like, the full version. And I do really like it, and I do really like the general style of it. So, yeah. I do stand by my initial, analysis, my initial summary of calling it Lady Gaga burlesque, which, that's not meant to be an insult. That's just, a rough summary of how I feel about this song just based on instinct, and yeah, it's good stuff. It's just outshone for whatever reason, but I have faith in it, I have confidence in it. Croatia could do a lot worse. It is a good song. And my favourite lyric in this is Roses and Horses in the Rain. It's weird. It's another one of those lyrics that I love because of how weirdly specific it is, and for no other reason. And I don't know, I do like its symbolism, because it stands for gestures of love in general. You know, I still remember roses and horses in the rain. I still remember your gestures of affection that you slathered a hot buttery load of onto me. It's that sort of thing. So I appreciate the connection that it makes, so I appreciate it on that level. In 20th place, we look over to Germany, Michael Schulte and You Let Me Walk Alone. I think I will never truly, properly be able to connect with this song the way it's meant to be connected with. I mean, yes, my parents will die eventually, but we'll all die eventually, so for the moment, my immediate nuclear family is still alive, so I can't connect with the feeling directly. But I will say that Michael conveys it so well that I feel as though this is as close to the experience as I can get without actually losing a family member, and so that's a lot easier said than done. You know, it's impressive that he's actually managed to make this emotional connection with someone who really has no business saying, oh yeah, I feel you, man, when I've not been through what he's been through. I can't claim to have been through the life that he's had, and yet I still feel as though I at least understand, I sympathise, I connect on some level, just not the primary level. So it takes skill to write a song that would do that. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people will be really quick to write this one off as, oh, he's ripping off Ed Sheeran. No. You can have more than one male singer with a guitar who sings about emotional stuff. It doesn't have to be, everyone is Ed Sheeran. The whole world is just the Ed Sheeran race. No. He's his own guy. He just happens to be visually and musically indirectly similar. That's one thing that a lot of Eurovision fans don't seem to understand. Similar, yes. Plagiarism? No, not even close. So give Germany a fair shot. It's not trying to be anything that it isn't. And my favourite lyric in this one, and I do like a lot of the lyrics because it's very heartfelt and it does feel very sincere because, well, it is. But my favourite line is, you made this place a home. It takes a very special person in your life to be able to do that, to take a building, a house or a flat or wherever you happen to live, and turn it into somewhere that feels like that nurturing safe ground, that makes it feel like a home. So I think that counts as very high praise within the context of the song, and I fully appreciate that. Bravo, Germany. Kind of related to that, though, another song about a dead person, Portugal, Claudia Pascual, and Isaura is now credited on the official CD, even if nowhere else, but yeah, O Jardim. This one is absolutely a grower. I didn't feel too positively or negatively about it when it was first chosen, though I was kind of glad that this one was the song that was chosen for Portugal this year over the guy that pulled out of Festival da Canção, just because I feared that the guy who withdrew, like, his song was being treated like a fanwank by the fandom, and I was sort of concerned about it being overrated, but I never actually got to hear it, so I don't really know if it deserved that or not, so whatever. He didn't get through. Isaura and Claudia did, so what we've got is a song that actually a lot of people have a lot of different interpretations for it, which, like, that I really appreciate, because, like, I find it to be haunting but relaxing and, like, sort of it envelops you in its atmosphere, but other people find that to be, like, unsettling, like it's deliberately trying to crowd you, make you feel uneasy, like it never resolves itself melodically or something like that, because it is supposed to represent feelings that aren't properly put to rest and all that, which, it's a very well-written song. It is a bit niche overall, but what it does so well, and, like, I genuinely tip my hat to you for this, Portugal, because this is the sort of thing that Eurovision was not ready for, like, 3 or 4 years ago. And, as well, I will say, you don't have to have liked Amar Pelos Dois, well, at all, but also you don't have to have liked that in order to like this, and if anyone tells you otherwise, they are fake news. So yeah, this is a good song that, like, it's good technically. My favourite lyric in it is the recurring motif of, I'm gonna say this wrong, I'm sure, because I speak Castilian but not Portuguese, and they're more similar than Portugal wants to admit, but Rega o teu jardim. I probably butchered that horribly. I'm sorry, I don't speak Portuguese. But I think it means I water your garden, which is, like, really simple and straightforward, but supposedly this is in reference to, like, leaving flowers on a gravestone, and, like, that gives the whole thing a whole new meaning. So this song is deep. Depth has been achieved with this, and that being a recurring motif in the lyrics, like that, good. This is good. This song is full of feels and such like, and I can't really do it justice with my words, so I'll just move on. Come to think of it, that might be kind of a tactless way of transitioning out of that song, because, you know, moving on, and it's a song about not being able to... Anyway, 18th position, trying to just sort of leave that foot-in-mouth moment behind me, we have Ireland, Ryan O'Shaughnessy, and Together. This song is sweet and sad, and I really wasn't expecting it to be anywhere near the top half of my top 43, because Ireland haven't really been impressing at Eurovision as of late, but this year and last year have been steps in the right direction, especially this year, what with them having the nucleus and, like, them making more of a concerted effort to do better at Eurovision, and I admire that. At first, I thought this would be as easy to write off as Dying to Try, even though I like that song as well, but still. But in the end, as I mentioned in my initial review, I found myself sort of creating my own story within the lyrics, and so that gave me a deeper connection to the story. In case you missed that, the song, at a glance, kind of sounds like it's, oh, my partner is cheating on me and I need to confront them about it. But to me, it sounds more generally like, oh, my partner has a secret that's bothering them and they haven't told me about it, and then that sort of leads into a state of paranoia. Are they cheating? Is it something worse? I mean, cheating is pretty bad, don't get me wrong. Like, there's room for interpretation. I've chosen to interpret it as Ryan's partner in the song has, like, a terminal illness that he's keeping hidden. I'm assuming that it's a male partner just based on the music video, but the partner is keeping this terminal illness a secret from the singer, and in order to spare his feelings, but that's just got the singer worried instead. And so that kind of multi-layered depth I really appreciate in this song. It's so much less depthless than you might initially think, and I admire that. My favourite lyric is the really profound, really kind of paranoid, I suppose, why would true love look me in the eye and lie? That's heavy. I don't really need to do much to explain or justify that. That is heavy. In 17th position now, Sanja Ilic and Balkanica with Nova Deca for Serbia. And here's another song that surprises me with how high it is in my rankings. That makes it sound like I'm being spiteful, but don't get me wrong. I don't hate this song at all. I just didn't realise that I would end up liking it as much as I do, and I do like it pretty much. Like, I will say, yes, it is amongst the least impressive of Serbia's recent offerings, but it's nothing to be ashamed of, and it's absolutely not the train wreck that the fandom is trying to make it out to be. Sure, the song is a bit esoteric, yeah, the guy on the flute does look a little bit like Albert Einstein, but I still find the song to be enjoyable. Yeah, it's easy to make comparisons to, like, Elica and Stoyan, but less Bulgarian and more Serbian, and also different and maybe less impactful, but there's still stuff to be enjoyed here. Like, it is... I think there isn't really anything else in the contest like it this year, and I recognise what they've done with the genre and the style, and I appreciate it, I really do. Sadly, I don't think very many other people are going to agree with me enough to save this one, so I think this will be criminally underrated, but it is a better song than people think, so do give it a chance. My favourite lyric is, again, the recurring Svet je naš I nova deca s nama stvaraju bolji svet, which means the world is ours and the new children are creating a better world with us. And I wish the real world was as optimistic and, like, team-orientated as that, because at the moment, the way the world is, it's like, it's very us versus them. It's very baby boomers versus millennials. Oh, millennials are killing all these industries, and, like, why can't it just be like it is in this song? Everyone's working together, the old, the new, the in-between. We're all trying to make the world better for what's to come in the future. We make it better for our children help us to make it better for their children, and so on. Maybe that's not what they're going for, but that's what I'm reading into it, and that's a message that I can definitely get behind. Now, in 16th place, we have Slovenia, Lea Sirk and Hvala Ne. And what can I say apart from tune? This song was made to be danced to, and it is really well executed. I grant you, the drop is somewhat underwhelming on your first few listens, because you expect that much more from the song, and it really isn't as impressive as it sets itself up to be. But I think the live staging is what's going to save this one. It told a story at EMA, and I think they're going to carry that over into the Eurovision performance. Whether they do it one for one, or if they do something bigger and more bombastic, I don't know. But this one is all about presentation, and that is to say, the music is only part of the package. It's got sass, it's got charm. I'm happy to roll with that, and I do think that the staging will complete the circle, as it were, and like, this one is an experience and not just music, and I say that's fair enough. I think the choreography is also a strong part of it, and I think it deserves recognition because it's a different idea on what a Eurovision song can be, and yeah, sure. My favourite lyric is just the repeated Hvala ne ne, which just means thanks but no, no. It's just... I don't know for certain what the song's about, but I get the impression that it's like, hey, I'm just trying to have a time in the club here, you know, like, back off, just let me do my own thing. It could be something else, but I like the idea of, I'm dancing, so whatever you got to say, thanks but no thanks. I appreciate that, it works, and it's condensed into something really simple that, yeah, it's obviously Slovene in terms of language, but anyone could still say it and sort of have a rough idea of what it means, you know. Even if you don't understand what it means, you can still sing along, just like, Hvala ne ne. Oh, there kind of is a bit of a nay-nay to it as well. I should stop embarrassing myself. And in 15th place now, we have Lithuania, Ieva Zazimazkaita, and When We're Old. This song is so sweet and so cute. Oh! Seriously, bless Ieva's heart. This song is so pure and so adorable, and this is absolutely the kind of relationship that I want in later life when all is said and done. I do worry that this song's sweet simplicity might lay it open to being absolutely buried by its competitors, but by that same token, it might stand out for the same reason. You know, it's not over the top, it's not overproduced, it's simple and sweet and straightforward, and it might be partly in Lithuanian, we don't know. Maybe I don't know, if I just listen to the version on the Eurovision CD, maybe that'd clarify, because at the moment, we still don't know if she's going to sing it fully in English or partly in Lithuanian at the contest, and I'm not sure how much of an impact that would even have, but the option is there. So, yeah, this song is beautiful and cute and sweet, and I love it, and I love the mentality behind it, and it's just so precious, and Ieva's so lovely, and Lithuania, just so adorable. So, yeah, my main thing with this song is it's sweet, it's lovely, and not enough songs, especially songs about love, not enough think the way this song does. So my favourite line is, let's sing the song that we wrote when we're old. That line by itself tells a story. This idea of, hey, let's be together and be so in love that we write a song together, and then let's stay together until we're old and sing this song again where it will still mean just as much to us. I want that kind of life. That's so beautiful! I can't even! So, no prizes for guessing what my next thing in the list is going to be. So, yeah, in case that rant didn't clue you in 14th place, Psych, former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, Lost and Found, IQ. Yeah, when this song was first revealed, I had no idea how to react to it, and honestly, not all that much has changed since then. I absolutely see where some people are coming from when they say they can't really connect with this song because of its ever-changing style and tempo, but weirdly, it's grown on me, and it's not stopped growing on me. It's like some sort of moss or infection, but I'm completely okay with it, so it's fine. There's just... I like this more than I expected to, and I keep liking it more and more. So much so that I actually played it on my Eurovision radio show, which you'll be able to listen to the archive of very soon. I'm going to edit that probably as soon as this video has been uploaded, so that's a thing to look forward to. But yeah, this is an odd little bop, and when all is said and done, it's a surprising amount of fun. My favourite lyric in this one is, "You're standing in the shadow and wondering why you're in the dark." There is probably a more concise way of wording what that means, but I can't think of what it is. I can think of the concept of what it means, and I can think of that lyric, and I can't really combine the two into a concise way of, like, I like the thought process behind that, sort of like, oh, you're in a situation where it's obvious to me what's going on with you, but it's not obvious to you because you're in the middle of it. That's the best I can do to explain that line, but I like it. I don't really know what else I can say about that, but the song is a confusing, chaotic mess in the best possible way, and that seems like you're listening to our song and you have no idea what's going on, but we know what's going on because we wrote the song. There you go, that's kind of what it means. Maybe? I don't know, this one's got me feeling all kinds of lost and found. Anyway, getting back on track, now we move on to 13th place, and now we discuss Spain, Tu Canción, Alfred and Amaya. Much like with Lithuania, we're back into the territory of the downright adorable. Alfred and Amaya are just so gosh darn cute together. I cannot even. They are absolutely OTP relationship goals. I cannot even. And this song seems like the perfect embodiment of their love, like sincerely and genuinely. Some people have been kind of rude and cynical about it, but then again, think of it this way. Last year, a lot of people criticised Christian Kostov for, how could he sing about profound love when he's only 17? Oh, what does he know about it? And then he came second, so... Plus, I mean, if nothing else, if you don't believe that they're really in love, if you're so cynical that you don't believe them, if nothing else, look at Amaya's face when she's singing. She is so genuinely in love with him, and it's so cute, it's so precious. Spain, estoy encantado. My favourite lyric in this one is the rather protracted "Todo es perfecto si estás a mi lado, creando una nueva ciudad," which means everything's perfect if you're at my side, making a new city. Okay, that's unless there's like an idiom in there that I'm not picking up on, which I feel like there might be, that's a nice image, because like, the rest of the world doesn't matter as long as we're together because we have enough power to build our own universe with our love, which is a really nice image, and you know what? I could believe it. Like, Alfred and Amaya are like the anime power couple. Like, they could just hold hands and just the universe would just explode with the power of love. They are the heroes of our time just because they're so in love and it's so sweet. Like, I hope that they have the kind of love that Lithuania is singing about. I'm sorry I'm ranting about it, but it's just so cute and lovely and just... Yes, Spain, yes! And calming down from that little love explosion, 12th place, Melovin, Under the Ladder for Ukraine. I still don't really have my thoughts in order about this song, to be honest. There's nothing extra especially special about it, and yet I still find it to be a thoroughly enjoyable and really captivating, like, musical romp, I suppose. Melovin brings charisma and attitude to a performance that's like already full of energy and atmosphere and other intangible aspects that I can't really put into words, and also the melody of it is just plain satisfying. Now, some people might not like how the chorus sort of devolves into oh, but like it fits. I think it works, like the way he harmonizes with the background melody. Like, usually I find it to be lazy when the instrumental of a song contains the exact melody that the singer sings along to, but in this case it definitely works. I think it's a very nice touch. And I don't know, there's a load of random pieces to this song that all come together in an unexpected way to form an experience it's just so much more enjoyable than I can explain. And also, my favourite lyric here is "dance under the ladder," because apparently it's a multicultural thing, but there's this urban legend of, oh, if you walk under a ladder, that's bad luck, because it's like inviting the ladder to fall on top of you or something. So I like the defiance of, don't just walk under the ladder, dance under the ladder. Own it, do your own thing, and to hell with what the superstitions say. Yeah, I can roll with that. That's a really good motto to live by. Dance under the ladder. Yeah! 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 Oh my, I did not know I could go quite that high. Anyway, rounding out this video in 11th place, we look over to Hungary, Viszlatnya and agonise. And I know some close friends of mine will be disappointed that this is only 11th, but that's still beating off most of the competition to get that high. So, yeah, this song is raw, unbridled emotion. It's the absolute soul of just let it all out. In not so many words, his scream. And I'm so happy to have this type of music adequately represented at Eurovision. It's not just been forgotten or swept under the rug just because a certain type of person doesn't enjoy it. It's so direct, it's so honest, it's so different from everything else, and it's so full of raw, passionate, genuine, these are my feelings, I'm going to scream them at the world and you can just live with it. I want to say something and be heard. And yeah, I don't know if this song will get the score it deserves, because we've already discussed just how downright detestable Eurovision gatekeepers can be, but there was another video for that. But I'm hoping that agonis's pure emotion and power, overall, are able to break past that and get through to the viewing audience, because this song deserves to be heard, and it deserves to be appreciated. And it's good. You personally don't have to like it, but your opinions can't stop it from being a good song that other people are allowed to like, and I'm hoping that people understand that. I know you lovely people who watch my videos are clever, intelligent people who do understand that. Let's just hope that the rest of the Eurovision fandom catches on to that too. My favourite lyric in this one is, I think, the opening line, and I'm probably going to butcher this as well, but give me a fair shot. Jatsung ned lapo kalvegre, which is an idiomatic expression that literally means let's put our cards on the table, but more genuinely is taken to mean let's be brutally honest. And that's a really good line to open the song on, because it's a song that's all about just letting out this emotion, this sort of hang-up about, hey, you died and I wasn't ready for you to die yet. How dare you leave me behind, but also how dare fate take you away from me? Like, the fact that it opens with, right, I'm just gonna say what's on my mind, yeah, good, that's a really strong opening line, and and the fact that it's an idiom as well as in the Hungarian language, that all of that comes together to give it a whole lot of impact. So yeah, really good. I appreciate, I approve, and just generally yes. Good for you, Hungary. I will be voting for this as and when I can. I don't remember if it's in I don't remember which semi-final it's in, so if it qualifies, I will definitely vote for it. And that's the end of my, well, third leg of my countdown, so that's 21st place up to 11th place. And if you tuned out partway through that, just to recap, my upper mid-table consists of Croatia, Germany, Portugal, Ireland, Serbia, Slovenia, Lithuania, FYR Macedonia, Spain, Ukraine, and Hungary, which that just leaves my top 10 for next week, which I hope you can join me for. And at this point in the previous videos, I've plugged my Patreon, so I guess you could support that if you're so inclined. I would appreciate it, but it's not required. And yeah, join me next week for my top 10, and in the meantime, feel free to share your top 43s in the comments. Make sure it is 43. I won't be including any top 43s that aren't complete eventually. Like, it doesn't have to be complete right now, but as long as it is complete eventually. And also, I won't include any that don't have the full 43 countries. So do include your own country. Don't feel forced to put, like, the auto-qualifiers in the top 26. Don't try to predict, just do what you feel. And, yeah, we've had nearly 50 submissions already, which is really impressive. Let's keep going. Let's see how many people we can get to join us in our crusade to find who the favourite of Eurovision is before Eurovision actually happens. Well, anyway, join me next week for my top 10, and I have been, will continue to be, Tessellating Hexagons, and I will see you then for that. I'm looking forward to it already.